Dear learners, welcome to Odisha State Open University, Sambalpur. Myself, Dr. Guru Lal, Assistant Professor in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Odisha State Open University, Sambalpur. Today, I am going to discuss about communication models. This is the fifth unit of communication theory paper. This unit introduced various models of communication that helps us understand how messages are constructed, transmitted, and interpreted. The model range from simple linear processes to complex interactive and symbolic system each suited for different communication contexts. Learning objectives. In this unit, the objective is explore different communication models starting from the basic linear model to more complex non-linear and symbolic frameworks. You will learn to distinguish between various types such as physical, verbal, iconic, analog, and mathematical models. The foundational understanding helps in analyzing and improving communication across disciplines. Introduction to communication models. Communication models are theoretical frameworks that describe how messages are created and shared. These models help simplify the complex process of communication and are essential tools for studying and improving communication in different contexts, whether personal, professionals, or technological. Linear model of communication. The linear model presents communication as a one-way process where a sender delivers a message to the receiver. The model assumes a direct transmission of information without any feedback. Classical examples including Shannon and Weber model and Laswell model. These models are useful scenarios like public speech and broadcasting. Features of linear models. Linear models are straightforward and structured, making them ideas for mass communication. However, they do not take into account audience feedback, environmental context, or potential misunderstandings, which limits their applicability in more interactive or dynamic situations. Non-linear models of communication. Unlike linear models, non-linear or interactive models recognize that communication is a two-way communication process. Here, feedback is essential and both sender and receiver influence the outcome of the message. Models like Osgood model and Schramm model and Berlow's SMCR model highlight the dynamic nature of communication and ongoing and reciprocal. Features of nonlinear models. Nonlinear models incorporate feedback loops and acknowledge both parties in communication as active participants. These models also consider environmental factors like context and noise, making them more applicable to real life human interactions such as conversations or group discussion. Symbolic model of communication. The symbolic model focuses on the use of signs, gestures, and language to convey meaning. It emphasizes the cultural and interpretative nature of communication, where meaning is not fixed but constructed by shared understanding. This model is particularly relevant in intercultural and semantic studies. Physical model of communication. The physical model deals with actual transmission path of the message, such as sound waves, printed text, or electronic signals. It's often used in fields like telecommunication and speech science, where the medium and channel are central to the effectiveness of communication. Verbal model of communication. The verbal model highlights the use of spoken or written language in communication. It examines how language structure, grammar, syntax, and semantics affect the clarity and reception of message. Cultural and psychological factors also influence this model, making it crucial for effective interpersonal and mass communication. Next, iconic models of communication. This model usually uses visuals and images to communicate meanings. Unlike verbal communication, iconic communication relies on resemblance and recognition. Common examples include road signs, infographics, and visual advertisements. This model is especially useful where language barrier exists or quick recognition is needed. Analog model of communication. Analog models operates using continuous signals to transmit information, unlike digital models which are based on discrete units. Analog communication is used in contexts such as sound and video transmission. This model is more representative of natural fluids communication process like body language and tones of voice. Mathematical model of communication. This model quantifies communication process using concept from information theory. The Shannon and Weber model is a prime example of mathematical model that measures data transmission, noise, and redundancy. It is heavily used to engineering and computer science to optimize message clarity and transmission efficiency. Comparison of models. Each communication model offers a different perspective. Linear model focus on message delivery, while non-linear ones consider feedback and interaction. Symbolic and iconic models prioritize meaning making, whereas physical and mathematical models emphasize structure and measurement. Understanding these distinctions helps select the right model for specific context. Conclusion. Communication models provide valuable framework for understanding how information flows and is interpreted. From symbolic interactions to mathematical equations, these models helps in analyzing communication patterns across various fields. Choosing the appropriate model depends on the goals, audience, and context of communication. Thank you. Thank you very much.